Welcome to Boost Motors. Today we're taking a 1978 MGB GT. Currently think there's a problem with the water pump, so we're going to whip it off. Right, so here's the engine on the MGB. It's very basic of an engine. It's got an old-fashioned underhead cam, so you can literally see the spark plugs right at the top. Very easy cars to work on. Now the water pump is literally at the front. We don't even have a cam belt on this. We've got a timing chain right at the back of that, which doesn't need to come off, which you would have to do on modern cars. So we're gonna have to rip the alternator off, and then it's just a case of taking the belt off, and then, as I say, the water pump is just here. Now I just need to take this pipe off here, 4 bolts, and then we're taking the water pump off. A few taps, and there we are. That's the water pump off. There we go. Right, so the thermostat does look alright now. It does look really bad in here. Now there's a hole down there. Lets the water just fall through there to stop it airlocking, because the rest of the water, if you see, it goes around the jacket and around the side of the engine and falls down the side, but that's there just to stop it like airlocking. Now that was fully plugged up with like rust and absolute crap, so I've unplugged that. I think I'm gonna have to put like a vinegar flush through it, but yeah, I think it should be okay. So I think I'm gonna get it all back together and then test it. Clean up the face here, ready to take the new gasket and get the water pump back on. A few bottles of Asda's finest 60p Rollercoil. Got 4 bottles of that, and I do also have some malt vinegar as well, so we're going to flush that through there. Do not want thermostat in there because it will probably trash it, and hopefully we can get some of that rust. Right, here we've got the malt vinegar. We get that in first. Right, and then now time for the Rollercoil. I've cut the video short because I don't really want to show you a boring video of me pouring a full bottle of malt vinegar in. Right, so that's a full bottle of vinegar in, 1 and nearly 2 bottles of the Rollercoil. I've still got 1 bottle left, but it's starting just to overflow a little bit, but it's not filled up this pipe yet. So what I'm going to do is start the engine, let it cycle around, let it try and bleed through, and then I can slowly add more without it overflowing on me. Well, that's the plan anyway. Not around this car in a while, so hopefully it starts. Key in, let the fuel pump go a little bit. Choke comes out, locked off. Fuel pump's starting to slow. We're in neutral. Come on. Hey, there we go. Getting a little bit. Right, that probably wasn't the best idea there. The plan was to try and cycle it around, try and bleed it through. But it's just frothing up the coke. That's taken an absolute age, but I've managed to get the 3rd bottle in there, and yeah, it won't want to stop bubbling, so I'm guessing that's a good sign. It's obviously reacting with all that bloody rust in there. So I'm going to seal it off with the lid, get it up to temp, and then I might leave it for a few days, then we'll come back to it, and hopefully once we take this back off, we'll have a bit of less rust there. Right, that's the car now up to temp. It doesn't look quite at half, but the fan keeps ticking in and out, so just shut the car off now. We'll let it cool down and then leave it to sit for a few days. We'll come back, unbolt the thermostat cover, and then we'll see if it looks any better. It's just been sat for a few days now, letting the Coca-Cola and malt vinegar mix soak in. Just going to run up to temp one more time, and then we can drop the fluids and see how good this coolant flush has been. Right, so that's the engine all warm now. I'm just going to drop the coolant out into this little bucket here. Please don't try this at home, as it is quite warm, and then we'll see how much rust and general rubbish is in there. Right, so now that should just lift off. I shouldn't need a tap, and then we can see inside. I mean, it's by no means perfect in there, but looking at that hole that was completely blocked up, it's looking far better. Right, so yeah, that is the sort of vinegar-in Rollercoil flush. It is looking very rusty. Yeah, definitely needed doing. Right, so same as reassembly back before, but this time the thermostat's going in. Here goes in the antifreeze and water at a ratio of 3:1. Sorry, unfortunately I've messed up the video a little bit here. I've swizzled the camera around to the expansion tank and I've forgotten to swizzle it back. Get that lid back on there. Once that's on there, we will take it to a spin around the block, and then we'll come back and top it back up. Found another issue here with the cooling system. In the expansion tank, you've got this little cap at the top. And obviously, if the car overheats, the spring compresses, and then it allows coolant to escape here, so it doesn't cause any other issues with the engine. Now, the seal has completely gone and it's got a crack there, so as soon as it gets to temp, even when it's not overheating, it's letting coolant out of here. Right, the new cap's on. This old one can go in the bin. Let's get the car out of the garage and take it for a spin. Temp on the temp gauge here. Don't know if you can see that, it's quite hard. I've got my phone in a little rig here. But yeah, we are up to temperature. You can hear the fan coming on. Now the big test is, I'll be going on the bypass in a couple of minutes, and the big test there will be to see if the temp starts dropping down and you get that sort of like hot car smell. If you've ever smelled that before, you will know the smell. But yeah, I'm indicating left. That bulb has gone. I do need to fix that. When you've got old cars like these, you can't constantly do maintenance on them. Taking it out when it's salty on the roads. Before this low one here was falling flat. So yeah, I'll take that as problem solved. But yeah, we'll give it a little top up, just to make sure that it is completely full. Yeah. Right, so yeah, as I say, the bottom coolant pipe is no longer going flat. I mean, it might need a little bit of a top up now I've ran it out. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to see more videos like this. If you'd like to see more of the MG, let me know. Maybe we could do a walk around video, could discuss what work I've done. I've got stacks and stacks of receipts. It's had an awful lot of work done during the restoration and since it's been back on the road, because as I say, with old cars you're never quite done. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already.